Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on narcscon. On this channel we firmly believe that getting the information and education about the narcissistic personality disorder is going to help us heal well and more quickly than we would otherwise, and is going to protect us going through life on our onwards journey. So just before I get into the video today, which is why you're still and always were so extremely important to the narcissist. Really want to cover this topic because I believe it's fundamental in part of your healing journey. So I know, welcome a lot of new subscribers. That's just so great. And I'm really glad you're here. And a lot of people came in on the viewing of the video in relation to the narcissist and the demonic energy that surrounds their actions and is the propeller of them forward when they're being so extremely cruel to people. If anyone wants to kind of further their knowledge in that particular area on the spiritual realm of the narcissist, I'd highly recommend a few channels. I'd recommend Pink Girl Teaches, North of the Fray, and of course, my great friend Trace Faceit. They all cover the spiritual aspect in quite a number of their videos, and I'm hoping to do more of those type of videos as well. But I just thought for anyone that doesn't know, those are great channels and they really delve into the spiritual aspect of what propels the narcissist forward and what drives them. Okay guys, so one of the biggest cons is that the narcissist wants you to feel that you're not important to them at all. And this supports their grandiose feelings, their feelings of superiority, which is part of the, if not the very solid cementing part of their personality disorder, of their narcissism. They have to feel better than other people at all times and be in control of the situation, and they feel extremely entitled. So they're the most important person in their lives, and that's a very pertinent point. They will always be the most and only important person in their lives, in their minds, and in the way they go about things. That's an illusion in relation to you. They want you to believe, and it's very important for them to have you believe that you were not important to them when you're in the relationship with them past the love bomb stage, but particularly after the relationship's ended. That's when they want you to feel like nothing. That's when they want you to take the punishment for the perceived wrongdoings against them. That's when they want you to feel like that, like nothing. And that's one of the reasons they use the blocking technique, and they disappear off the face of the earth, and they put somebody else on the pedestal in order to compare you to them and for you to compare yourselves to this next wonderful discovery that they've made in the next person. Guys, if you have had any kind of significant relationship with a narcissist, be it familial or a good friend or someone you're really involved in with your work situation, or particularly if you've had an intimate relationship with the narcissist. The reason I've come up with two main reasons that you are so important to a narcissist, and I would go on to say that you're not only important to the narcissist, but you're life-giving to the narcissist. So let me explain. The narcissist is like an actor on a film set. And in order for that character that the narcissist enters, or that the actor enters, in order for that character to exist, they can't just stand in one space in a film, let's say, not a one-man or one-woman show, although that's what they are in general. So they're in the film, this character's in the film, to make the character really come alive and to give the character credibility, there has to be co-actors in the film, and often, you know, their counterpart, co-actor in an intimate setting or a group of main actors. And there has to be settings for the film to take place in to give the character credibility. Like if they're rich, they live in a big house. If they're poor, they're living on the streets or whatever, to give colour to the actor and background and authenticity. That's what you do for a narcissist. A narcissist has no stable identity. They appear physically in front of you as a man or a woman. They look a certain way, so you can identify them from a, you know, Caucasian or whatever country they're from. They speak a language. That's the colour of the character they're playing. The identity is matched, is customized to the person that they're dealing with. So the reason you're so important to the character is, if you don't interact with that character and actually believe that the character is who they say they are or who they purport to be, they don't exist. They need your reflection of them to go forward and to develop that character. So you can say, well, Paula, don't we need people as well to do that? We can stay on our own or be on our own and maintain a stable identity of what we think about the world and what we think about a situation from our perspective and our values and our truth and our growth and our reflection and our accountability. So we exist. The narcissist doesn't have that. The narcissist is a shame-based, immature, underdeveloped emotionally being that feels frightened, shamed, not able to emotionally regulate themselves in the way you or I would if we're on our own. We don't need other people with us all the time to believe in the character that we've put up to the outside world. So if you cease to interact with a narcissist, or you ignore them, or you grey rock them, or you say, listen, matey, I don't believe you anymore. I know that you're not who you say you are. And you withdraw from that relationship. That's a huge narcissistic, sorry, I always say that word wrong, narcissistic injury, because you're denting the credibility of the character that they're presenting to the world. And if they've chosen you as one of their main sources of supply at a certain time in life, they've chosen you because you give credibility to the character they want to portray at that particular time in their lives. And if you and the people that they pick, I'm telling you guys are special. And I am not saying that to make you feel better, but if it does make you feel better, good, because you deserve to. Because you've had a person telling you that you're worth nothing, well, it's exactly the opposite. That's projection on the narcissist's part. The narcissist knows what you have. They know how good you are. They know you have integrity. They know you're honest. They know you're generous. They know you're kind. They know you're compassionate. Being with you by reflection adds to their credibility in the world in general, because people know you for who you are. And if you're with this person and they say that they're good and that they're this and they're that, it solidifies the existence of the character. That's how important you are to a narcissist to be with them. They're with you because you're excellent supply, because you give them life. You give them credibility. The more you interact with them, believing that they are who they say you are, the more they exist. The more powerful the construction is, the more energy you're giving to the hologram. Now, when they leave you or you get out of the relationship, the more reaction that they get from you, the more they know you're in pain, the more you believe through cognitive dissonance and the manipulations they've put you through, the more you believe and are affected by the character, the more supply you give them, the more credibility you give them, and they exist in that mode for so much longer. It's important for them to know that you think that they're important and that you are not. And what they've done in the relationship with you is, because of the manipulations, they've stripped you. You've been serving them. You've been living your life through them, sorting out their problems with them, helping them, talking to them, supporting them to others, defending them to others. You've not looked after your own needs. You've not followed your own path and your own journey. You've become, the colour has been wiped out of you. You feel at the end of a narcissistic relationship, there is no point in going on because you don't know who you are. You've lost yourself. The narcissist knows this and will block you and smear you and do everything else they need to do to rob you of yourself and to feel that they now have your character traits, and to tell other people that you weren't all that, and that, but they'll put on an act as if you weren't all that, but they are. They're the genuine article. They're the real deal. You had a lot of problems. It's a sicko thing, and it's a sick way to be, but that is the kind of magical thinking and the illusional creation that the narcissist goes out into the world, making chameleon type different characters for different situations. Why are you important to the narcissist still? I'm going to do a video next on how the narcissist regulates their supplies and bringing into it the hoovering game as well. You're important to the narcissist because the narcissist believes that the impact they've had on you, and don't let this trigger you, because if you feel like this at the moment, you won't always feel like this. The narcissist truly believes that the impact they have on you and the manipulations they ran on you, that you believe that you can't live without them, that they're that important and you're that unimportant. And it's the exact opposite. You are vital to the narcissist. One, so that they actually exist. And two, because you give them emotional regulation supply on a daily basis, which is basically their food to exist. You give them a place to live, to be a character, and you give them the food they need in relation to looking like a human being, a real one that has all the things that a human being needs to have going on inside them to be a human being, not just a hologram. So the narcissist has left. Why does the narcissist come back? The narcissist believes that you will never get over them. And there's loads of games they play when they leave. The main one is silence, but there's other games that they go on with as well. And you're sitting there trying to figure out what the hell has just happened. And what the hell do I do now? Who am I? Where am I going? A lot of people at this stage, it's a very dangerous stage because people are stripped so much of themselves that they do feel like it's not worth going on. They kind of flatline at this stage. And it's all to do with your hormones as well and the chemical imbalance within your body. I mean, guys, this narcissistic abuse is on a whole different level. It's really hard to explain to people because there are emotional, psychological, and physical effects from it. So do not underestimate the effect that this abuse has had on you, and be kind to yourself. This is a thing that needs to be worked at to get over successfully. And you will do it, and it can be done. And you will go on to have a much better life. So I have to add that in every time I'm saying it's difficult to recover from. The narcissists firmly believe, because they have to believe in their superiority in order to control the situation, the narrative, control the way they view themselves. They actually believe, and I've had a narcissist say this to me, that their two past significant relationships, that those two people love them best in the whole world and have never gotten over them. And even though they're married, they don't love their husbands or wives as much as they love the narcissist. Now, if you don't have the education and you don't have the knowledge about what narcissism is, maybe you could be caught up in the fantasy of still believing that you weren't good enough for the narcissist and somebody else was better, and, you know, still have a love for them or something, or a fantasy about them. The illusion that they create for themselves and for everybody else that they interact with. The narcissist believes they can come back to you at any stage because they believe that you love them more than life itself, more than anything else, and that you'll never move on. You never move on to have a fulfilling, joyful life or a real relationship with a real human being. So they come back and hoover. They basically feel they own you, they've done a good enough job, and you're not as important as them. Yet that's the whole illusion, guys. These narcissists cannot exist without you. You are life-giving to them. They're the biggest codependents in the world. They do not exist alone. There is no character reflected back to them. They don't know who they are. They're like, and I don't want you to feel sorry because this is a lot of bad energy, but they're like a lost childlike intelligence level or emotional intelligence level being that's scared, angry, rageful, jealous. They're nothing. They're nothing without you, yet they want to believe that you're nothing without them. You may also have noticed, and this has been said to me quite a few times, when the narcissist goes on to the new supply, they change. They like things they never liked before. They hate things they never hated before. And they begin to speak, for instance, like if they're with someone from academia, they begin to speak all highfalutin, like, academia things. No insult to anyone from academia. I'm just trying to, give an example of how they take on the character trait of people that they're with sometimes. And that's the nature of the illusion of the character that they're playing. So please, guys, know how important you were to the narcissist. You were life-giving and you were life-sustaining, and they will be back for more of what you had to offer, no matter how much you feel that you were unimportant to them, that they walked away from you and walked on to someone better. That is the game they play with people. They interchange people because they're able to, because they don't love and they have no empathy. And this is when it comes on to the regulation of their supply, and you're in their supply chain, and I will do a video on that and how that works. So without further ado, please believe how important you were. And I know it's not validating to know that you were important to a narcissist, But what is essential to know is how important you actually are, and not to let some idiot gaslight you into thinking that you weren't and that they're better than you. Because you are everything that the narcissist wishes they were. And that's why they were with you. Don't be under any other illusion. Thanks, guys. I will see you again soon with another video. Don't forget to subscribe, share and like, and do whatever you can to support our channels and our community. Bye for now.